Evan from Real Vision site would love to know your thoughts on Bitcoin.
I think long term, there's no question. I'm bullish. I'm very upbeat about crypto. It's the future. Is it going to go up in a straight line? No. Like any new asset class, it'll be volatile. It's demonstrated that recently. But Bitcoin is a monetary phenomenon. If you believe that the Federal Reserve balance sheet's going to grow in the medium term, which I think it must do, looking at all the factors that are coming in, then you've got to say that Bitcoin is going to be up from here. If the balance sheet, the amount of debt is growing, the balance sheet of the financial system's got to grow to refinance and fund that debt, because debt has a maturity that needs rolling over. You've got to roll your debt. The Federal Reserve is integral in that equation, therefore the Fed balance sheet's got to expand. Hence, conclusion, monetary inflation is with us in the medium term, and therefore Bitcoin and gold, but let's say Bitcoin, Ethereum, XTC or whatever the Ripple currency is, all these things are going to start to move upwards. XRP, I should say. XRP are going to move upwards. These are the future, no question. And I think, I was anecdotally talking to a finance director I know in the Middle East earlier on, American finance director of a big corporation, and he said the whole attitude towards crypto and digital payments in the Middle East has changed almost overnight since the Russians invaded Ukraine. They're starting to take this very, very seriously.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Michael Howell. He's the managing director of Cross Border Capital. He appeared on the Real Vision channel just the other day. I spent a lot of hours yesterday researching and listening to as many opinions as possible on the economic horizon. I will share with you a couple of those clips. I'm fearful, as I know and can imagine everyone is, about a sudden timing of a serious downturn, right? Whether it's caused by a natural cycle, geopolitics, food shortages, cyber attack, unsustainable money printing, rising oil, war, our health, inflation, stagflation, the housing bubble, a liquidity crisis, or government regulation, or I should say all of the above. So these clips that I'm going to share with you are just some that stood out. But first, we got to take a look at Bitcoin. It briefly touched 47,695. It has rolled back a little bit to the high 46,000 range, but there's just something about round numbers that are so attractive. I caught this 47 followed by a lot of zeros. Bitcoin is up over 5%, and it is really the whole top 100 by market cap is just seemingly airborne. We have Holo, which is up 35%. Wow, in the last 24 hours, it's up 62%, or last 7 days, up 62%. But there's just so many that are standing out in terms of gains. Filecoin, 26%. Zilliqa, up 16%. They had a big announcement with a partnership for a metaverse. Then VeChain is finally making some good moves at 11% up. Chiliz is up 10%. eCash up 11%. But, Hedera, XLM, Shiba, Doge, Quant, Algo, Matic, it's just about everyone except for two. But I have just a tiny bit of advice. Don't be greedy. And it is really important that if you have some life-changing wealth occurring during these pumps, take a little bit of profit. Yes, especially because of a lot of the rising costs that we are going to experience, that I can just tell you for one in particular is gas. This is a picture of someone who filled up their tank and it's over $100. That is pain that is probably going to continue. And so here are the pump prices in the United States. This is the AAA website. You can see the red states are the most expensive, with the range of $440 to $590, and then the dark blue being the least expensive, from $3.78 to $3.90, and then everything else in between for the pink, white, and light blue. It's just pretty crazy when you also take a look at the Google search trends. This is really spiking. Here is a graph that you can see dating back to 2004. The blue line is the search trends for electric cars, and you can see how it correlates with the rise in gasoline prices. And my girlfriend, who is back taking home care of some family business in Denmark, she is shocked with her $8.50 a gallon. But I guess that is just not the highest. And when you take a look globally, you can see how the gas prices compare. Yeah, Europe is really the most expensive. Here's Spain going up into Scandinavia. Those red those red areas are over $6. But people left messages in that post of the receipt that I left on Twitter. Germany is $9.30 or 8.50 euros. The UK was $11.97 per gallon. That would be 909 pounds. France was over $10 a gallon. Switzerland was over $11 a gallon. Just some crazy prices. And I think that this is one area of our lives that is not going to go down anytime soon. You'll definitely want to catch some of the Binance Blockchain Week Dubai 2022. It is being streamed live. It's been great so far. I've seen Galaxy Digital. I saw just Charles Hoskinson finished his speech at the podium. He is one guy that can deliver some inspirational words. I tell you, I do enjoy his talking to the crypto space. I think he should have been born a preacher. But you'll also see Leia on stage. She's doing a little bit of emceeing. She's been on my channel. I've been on her channel. She is really she's really fit perfectly for this role. I think she looks lovely in her long dress, and it's just nice. It's super good in terms of the content and the quality of people. Oh, I wanted to show you that Ripple is also one of the sponsors. You can see they are a gold sponsor. So anyway, you don't want to miss this, and I'm sure they're probably going to archive it. So if you don't see it live, you can catch it on one of their archive channels. I'm just sure that Binance will do that. So far, it's been a quality show, and it's a great production. Yeah, real production quality. Better than watching the Oscars, that I'm sure. So here's your feature story for the day. What we're looking at are the payment corridors for Tranglo. Tranglo is a company that's very strong in Asia. 16 of the 24 corridors are in Asia. 20 of those are marked as receiving cash within 15 minutes or less. And the document that I found earlier, I put the confidentiality out on Twitter. It is telling me that anyone that has access to this document understands that it's held in the strictest confidence and it will not be disclosed. No parts of this document should be duplicated or used for any purpose other than the evaluation of Tranglo's service without prior written consent of Tranglo. So I am going to respect their confidentiality, and I'm not going to share the actual document. I'm sorry, I just feel that I shouldn't, because it's very clear they don't want that shared. But I can tell you that Ripple owns 40% of Tranglo. So anytime someone tells you that there aren't any big banks, well, I can tell you there are for sure big banks. And in this document that I found, it shows a whole bunch of banks going off and then back on because of the implementation of an e-wallet. And I can tell you there's over 30 big banks that are getting these e-wallets. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to just check the website and see that they are actually supporting over 1,300 banks in 100 countries. So that statement that nobody uses Ripple that is a big bank is just not correct. And for the regulations, I can tell you that where there are regulations in place, ODL is being used. And as you heard in that opening intro clip, the Middle East is really starting to understand the value of crypto in the digital payments. And actually, I was watching the digital Galaxy Digital Binance panel, and they were talking about how the use case for crypto and payments is just like a perfect fit. So this is an area that is going to come along slowly, because the legacy banks are definitely slower than a lot of other conservative parts of finance. And they also were discussing in that Binance panel that education is still needed sorely, because we are lacking the education to really bring everyone up to speed, because there's a 2017 narrative still. That's what they were talking about. So I can just tell you the document is out there in the internet land. So if you search for it hard enough, you can probably find it. But it made me feel very good that we are on track big time with the company Ripple and the digital asset XRP. All right, everybody, we're jumping into the fluff, and we are in the Mankai Sakura time. That means cherry blossoms are in full bloom, and they're just beautiful. And we have Starbucks, as they do every year, jumping into the season with themed drinks. This is the matcha tea and the warm milk with the beautiful cherry trees on top. You can also get a sakura cake, which is the cherry blossom cake. Has a real blossom adorning every piece on top. And I want to just share with you something that they might be doing in your part of the world also, but there's this huge change to, reduce waste and be more environmentally friendly. So they've decided that if you are drinking your drink in the store or in the Starbucks location, you're going to be served your iced drink in glass. And they are completely doing away with all lids for drinks that are consumed in the shop, and also 100% plant-based, plant-derived cutlery. Yeah, I just am pretty amazed. Here's a picture of what the glass looks like, and then you can see the straws too are now paper. Quite a big difference. But the one change that really surprised me is they have a rentable tumbler. And it is also going to be in South Korea, Singapore, and the UK. So I don't know if it's going to be successful, but how interesting is that? All right, everybody, I'm going to let Jim Rickards take you out. So do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
Each bailout gets bigger than the one before. Each crisis is more dangerous than the one before. So 1998, 2008, here we are in 2022. We're going to get to a point, we may be there, where the crisis is actually bigger than the Fed, bigger than the Fed's ability to stop.